Hey guys, Tisha here, and we are back with the final episode for season 5. It was supposed to be about Logan's departure, him going off to college, but I feel like it was more so, once again, about the adults and some of the things that they have going on. Before I get too far into the review, one of the things that I noticed about this episode is that Kody continues to be impatient when it comes to Mary. He's crude, he's rude, he's overbearing, and at times I feel like he antagonizes her, but we'll talk about it a little bit further down. We begin this episode seeing the family is back with Mona, making choices for their homes. Christine lets us know that at this point, because of all the stress of everything, she's waking up at 3 o'clock every morning because she's thinking about all the different things that has to be done and how she has to make sure that she appears to be perfect on paper as far as the credit and stuff is concerned to secure the loan, and it stresses her out. As she's talking about this, Kody says to her, well, sweetie, we're all dealing with this though. And the wife's kind of like, and she says, you suck at validating. Kody sometimes just needs to learn how to listen rather than to just spew out venom or to try to correct or chastise. All she needed in that moment was for her husband to hear her out. For some reason, Christine apologizes and says that she's sorry that she becomes mean when she's stressed. And I don't understand what the hell she's apologizing for, because she didn't say anything wrong. All she did was express how hard it's been to make sure that she's maintaining her credit and following her budget. All the things that she's trying to do to get this home. But let's take it a step further. Let's remember that before all of this, before they decided to move into these 4 separate homes, before they made this move to Vegas, Christine didn't have to worry about any of this stuff. Remember, Janelle was the person who took care of finances. Now Christine has to maintain her own budget for her home. So there is a difference, and there is a different level of stress to her. But Kody didn't consider any of that. And as she's saying she's sorry, I'm like, dang, Christine beat up on herself a lot back then. And I just don't feel like she should have done that. But that goes back to some of the things that she went through with that piece of trash husband of hers. They then decide that they're going to go through each house as far as what tile and stuff that they're going to use, wife by wife. Kody lets us know that he isn't excited about this. He just wants to hurry up and get it over with, which is part of the reason why we're going to see that him and Mary will continue to clash. If you have a wife that you know struggles with making decisions, then maybe you should have made the decisions with her in regards to your home at a time where you had time to sit down, where she did not have to be rushed. Because we all know, even us the viewers know, that it takes Mary longer. Mary has told us on multiple occasions that she has to take time and it's hard for her to change and all these other things. So why would you expect for her to just jump in and be like Robin, who went first and was able to knock things out? After Robin's done, they go ahead and call in Mary. And rather than telling Mary ahead of time, they waited for Mary to come in after Robin was done and to let her know that before she begins to make selections on carpet, tile, or anything else of that nature, that Mary is over budget by $200. But let's be clear, before they said it to Mary, they said it to Kody without Mary being there. It does not take a genius to know that when Mary hears this information, that she's going to be frustrated. So what happens? Mary walks into the room and she says immediately she can feel that there's a shift in energy. The type, you know, that you can tell where somebody just started talking about something. She sits down and not even 3 words are spoken before Kody says, you don't have anything to work with technically because you're already $200 over the budget. That's a way to start the conversation. Mona then pulls out like some of the selections and is like, even though she's over the budget, let's still look at the colors to choose from. As I know, we all anticipated, the same way I'm telling you this thing, if you watched it for yourself, we all knew that this was going to turn into something because Mary stresses, and she is stressed because she did not realize that she was over budget. As they're pulling out all the different things, he keeps grabbing at different carpets and samples and all this other stuff, and he's rushing her through the process. He says, do you even need to look at the upgraded carpet? Because I don't want you to have that upgraded carpet. There's no point in you looking at it because that's another $10,000. And Mary's like, well, you know, it doesn't hurt to see it. They are not on the same page. As she's saying to him in confessionals, you were rushing me. You kept rushing me. He's saying, yeah, I was rushing you because I didn't really want you to think about what was going on, because all you're going to want to do is add on more and more and more. My thing is, Kody let us know before the selections were made that he really didn't care about what they chose, what the wives chose, that he was there to support them in the process. So if you're going to support them in the process, then shut up and support them in the process. He starts talking about how he wants a washer and a dryer, and he knows that she's just going to overspend, and it's a bunch of negativity being directed her way. I do think that Mary does not deserve to have some of the things that she has, some of the same budget as the wives. But if they decided that that's what they were going to do, if they decided that that's what she was going to get, and they were going to give her the opportunity to look over these things, then allow her to be given that same opportunity to sit down and figure out how she can free up some more money. Don't just come down on her and fuss at her and force her to want to be out of the room. She asked him if they could just hold on for a second. He's stressing her out, and he's being very aggressive with her. He says, you know what? I'll just leave you alone to make your own decisions. He did give her attitude. He was very much so a jerk. Mary ends up walking out and asking them to please just go with the next wives before her. Janelle comes in, she's done, she does everything real quickly. She can't do something that she wanted to do because it was $3,800 over budget, and she said that's fine. She'll just have to do it herself later on. Kody says, let me give you a kiss because that was easy. Christine comes in. Christine has a lot of extra money left over. She wants to do some stone thing on the outside of the house. Kody says, well, since you have so much money left over, you think you can loan it to another wife? He wants her to take what's left over and in her budget and possibly give it to Mary. As this was going on, I heard mother bleep, 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 bleep. That's what I heard. Because what do you mean take some of that and give it to Mary? So you think that it's okay to suggest for your wife that is purposely not spending all of her money to give another wife who already has the same budget and less children than her more money? Slap him, Christine. Just slap him. The look on her face said it all, but as Christine always does, which Christine puts the family before herself, Christine said, just let me figure out how much this is. And if I have enough money, then yes, I can probably give her some. The look on her face told me that she didn't want to, but she'll do it because she knew it was something that Kody wants. He then lies in confessional and says it was a joke, but I don't believe it was a joke because he said it more than one time. I do believe that he really wanted Christine to give that money. He said when Mary left the room, he felt like they would just put this off, and then she would probably go to Robin and side with her so that I'll do something. This is Kody's words. I said, that's an interesting choice of words to say that. So I purposely put on the caption and replayed it just to make sure I heard it correctly. He's definitely said that she wanted to talk to Robin to have Robin influence me to do what she wanted to do. So even as early on as season 6, the wives understood Robin had influence over Kody. Because why would he say that she'll get Robin to make me do something if it wasn't something that was already happening? Mary said that she was offended by the statement. She starts crying in confessionals because she was offended by what he was saying and she was turned off by this. So she does come in with Robin and sits down. And I said, okay, this takes me back to now what we see in season 18, where she uses Robin as a mediator. So this happened as early as season 6, where she needed Robin to help explain what was going on or to use her to calm Kody down. He says he's finding a lot of emotions because he's trying to hurry up and get through everything in a quick and affordable manner. After she picks out her carpet and tile and eliminates some things, she only ends up being $46.65 over budget. She's going to plan to get a washer and a dryer outside of whatever they have going on, as well as blinds. This all comes back to her being over budget because of that wet bar that she wanted to entertain. And she only had 3 people in that house, but she was going to have a 5-bedroom home. I don't think that makes any sense, especially since I don't know how much she entertained, because it wasn't much longer until after the family didn't really seem to want to have too much to deal with her. I can't remember what season of Catfish happened, but at some point, Mary wasn't really around them a lot. We then see Kody get his hair cut, and his hairdresser's talking to him about how thin Kody's hair is, and we know he doesn't want to let it go. We still see that he still has the same hair. It's just that he has more like a noodly texture now because he's trying to cover up all that bald space that we see. Kody then talks about how he wants to get a buzz cut, and he decides not to because he wants to keep it for his wives. I think it's a combination of both, because Kody should have let go of that hair a long time ago. We then see Logan. Logan is getting ready to leave, so Mary is filming the kids to make a surprise video for him. Each child says something sweet about him. Dayton, while talking about Logan, says that how he's a really good brother and he wish he could stay longer, which makes me feel like, okay, Robin, so did Dayton only feel included because of Logan? Because clearly here, your children aren't feeling left out if they're going to miss Logan so much. They obviously were being included, right? Gabe had to show Mary while she was filming that she wasn't filming correctly. We hear about how Logan has always been responsible and how he got breakfast ready for the kids in the morning, and just how great he has been as a big brother. They talk about how they really want to be in the homes for Christmas because they want to be able to create memories like what they had in Utah. It's his last day at the home, and Janelle is asking if the adults can come with Logan to his dorm room. If he said no, then what? I wonder if she would have been okay with that. Anyways, they're sitting down waiting for Kody, and as always, Kody is late. Same way he was late to Gwen's wedding. I guess he's late to breakfast. It takes him forever to get there. He sits down, and as he sits down, Madison asks him what he did to his hair and talks about how he's balding. And Kody did not like that. He said he feels like it's a personal slam. And how would you feel if I said something about your hair? Well, your hair is thinning. So she said what she noticed. They talk about how at one point, Kody did a buzz cut to his hair, and Christine says she was grossed out. Christine loved popping his bubble. Well, we all know that the buzz cut hair and no hair doesn't matter to Christine now because her husband is bald. So it was clearly just a Kody thing. All the ladies talk about how his hair has become part of his persona and they like it long. We go back to Logan, who is excited to get some breathing room and start to stand on his own 2 feet. Logan really was like a parent to those children. He really had to do a lot that other kids would not have had to have done at his age. And this, as I said in other videos, is his first time that he's really going to get to focus on himself. For some reason, they made Logan a quilt for college. Robin's sister made it. If I was in college, I personally wouldn't be having that quilt with all them different pictures on it, but they were smart enough to make it double-sided, and it would always be flipped over on the plaid side if it was me. We went from talking about the blanket to how Kody doesn't want him to have sex outside of marriage because he doesn't feel like it's a wise decision and it complicates things. I feel like to each his own. That's how you feel. You don't want him to do it outside of marriage. That's how you feel. I do think he should be able to be mature enough to understand what comes with it, and you parent how you want to parent. Kody makes steaks on the grill, and he burnt most of them from what I saw. They give him the quilt, and they show him the video. At first, he said he saw the quilt, and he was like, I'm not taking this to the dorm. But then he saw how on the other side it had their pictures, and they wrote sweet things on it. And he said overall he really appreciated it, even to the point where he joked around, said he should hang it up on the wall. Then, of course, they have to run over to the property again because Kody is really trying to have Logan think that he's going to come back to this house and get this home thing in their minds. As they are looking at the different parts of the home, they speak on this mission statement again, which I still feel like that they missed the point of, and I can't believe that they're going to spend a whole season talking about the mission statement and making a whole to-do about it, when the whole point of the Doggers mentioning that mission statement was so that they could be on one accord, because one of the things that they don't seem to do together is parent. They all have different rules for what they do for their children, whereas the Doggers operate in the same mindset. They say that they know at this point that they're all committed to each other, but they just want this family and they want the homes to be built. They say they need the houses so that the other older kids who will soon be leaving can establish roots. Mary brings up how Leon wants to have as much time in the house as possible, so they have to get in those houses. Robin cries and says, we will get you in those houses by December. I don't understand why we're even going through all this at this point, because even though these roots were so important, we know that later on they left. And as of now, they still don't have any roots because they up and move to Flagstaff. And the only people who may have roots is Kody and Robin in their $1 million house. That is all I have for season 5. You guys, let me know what you thought about this season. Did we enjoy it or not? What kind of cracks did you see as early as season 5? I already kind of jumped the gun and reviewed season 6, the first episode, and there's a lot more to that. So I'll be doing that tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be doing that tomorrow. I have it on my stuff. I just need to upload it, but I think I'll upload it tomorrow. That way you guys can have something for tomorrow. Until next time.